lovely, beautiful people. I just came back from spending some time outside. I am drunk on sun, which is great. But I hope you're taking care of yourself as well. Bonding with nature, bonding with your essence, bonding with your nature, getting to know that, getting intimate with that, right? So yeah, thanks for joining us, and like, subscribe, follow, share, comment. It's a community. It's a community, and we're all in this together. We're gonna keep today's reading very short. No downloads. We're just gonna go with the flow and see what the cards have to say. Let's open up. Perfect. Ooh, we're gearing up for eclipse season. We're gearing up for change of season. Spring in the southern hemisphere and autumn, fall in the northern hemisphere. We're gonna see what everything has in store for us. But let's take a look at today's energies before I take my afternoon nap, because there's nothing quite like being in the sun all day. Reading. Okay, so we have 3 of coins, 3 of pentacles, 10 of cups. Let's just, there we go, 10 of cups. And then we have Son of Cups, which is a Knight of Cups. So, creator mode, 3 of coins, 3 of pentacles, creator mode. In creation and collaboration with, in co-creation rather than collaboration with the universe. That's what you're doing towards something deeply fulfilling, like a sense of home, albeit this is the card of Pisces, the 10 of Cups, the last decan of Pisces. There is a sense of home, a sense of fulfillment, and it's a fullness. Pisces is also the last sign of the zodiac. So think about just emotional fulfillment, all right? Like belonging in your life, feeling at home in your life. And this happens through collaboration with the universe. I like to think of the 3 of Pentacles, and you see how many, there are all those hands there, and they're working towards completing this sort of like kaleidoscopic mosaic kind of situation going on here. So all the aspects of you, God, the universe, your ancestors, you guys, yourself, your higher self, you're in collaboration, you're in co-creation, and you're not doing this by yourself. This vision that you have for long-term success, for fulfillment and joy and peace, this dream, it's a literal dream. I mean, the Knight of Cups, the Son of Cups is a very dreamy energy. He builds, and like I said, this is not gender specific, but we will go with what is depicted on the image. Builds a bridge, an imaginary bridge from the heart space. So there are long-term visions here, and there's a long-term dream that is coming together with the help and the assistance and the support, because this is also about influence. This is about coming together and collaborating with with the universe, with your higher self, to bring about this new reality where joy is not just fleeting, it's not happiness, it's sustainable, it's enduring, it comes from the heart space. So that makes it true, because the truth resides in the heart, right? So that is beautiful. Let's get some more cards here. You're thinking long term. You're thinking, listen, I'm not here for, ooh, look at that, the Ace of Pentacles. So you're dreaming big, but you're not just dreaming big, you're dreaming long term. Do you know what I mean? You're just like, fine, I come from this specific, timeline and this cycle, and I've been through this and I've been through that, and I want to take my lessons and figure out how to create wealth from that place, and figure out how to manifest something sustainable, because the coins, the pentacles, and the deck for me also speak to sustainability. These are earth signs: Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. So these are people who, and these are energies that speak to cultivating, to harvest time as well, but also understanding that things take time, things take work. Again, and they take collaboration, they take work, they take time, they take money, they take investment, they take concentration, they take focus, they take hard work. And this is how you unearth this wealth and anchor it into this new timeline through this emotional fulfillment, mind you. There is no wealth without feeling emotionally fulfilled, without feeling centered, the heart center. When your heart is full and it's nourished, then you begin to build those dreams and traverse those boundaries that you once felt and had, into something that is just so beautiful. I mean, like, look at that, the rainbow, the joy, the happiness, new beginnings, and a new beginning as well, because the Ace of Coins is also the card of one. It's ruled by the frequency of the number one. We have another card that comes out. So we have two knights: Knight of Pentacles and Knight of Wands, which is a Knight of Staves. A renewed fire here. Action orientedness, moving towards what it is that you want, feeling passionate, feeling enthusiastic, feeling courageous, feeling like, yes, I can do this. Of course you can do this because you're supported. This is a card of ultimate support, man. It reminds me of the Six of Swords as well. You know what I mean? It's the card of support. It means you're not in this alone. Your guides are here. Your higher self is here. Your inner child is here to ensure that, listen, whatever it is that you're dreaming, it's a shared dream. That's why there's this deep collaboration. It's a shared dream. Your guides want you happy. God wants you happy. Your higher self wants you happy because it's what you deserve. It's what you deserve. But this, like I said, not the kind of happiness that's just like here today and gone tomorrow. You come from that. You come from fleeting happiness. You come from things that are, have not been able to fully stay in your life. Because there has been, I'm sensing that deep sense of fulfillment, that Four of Cups energy, like very apathetic, bored, feeling like I want more. And you want more because what it is that you want is, you want something that's enduring, that's sustainable, that transcends time, a legacy. Is that all we have? Because I feel like they don't want to speak. And then we have the Daughter of Cups. So there are a lot of cups in this reading, which speaks to like your heart space just being renewed. And when you operate from an expansive heart space, you can hold space for joy, a joy that is enduring, a joy that is durable. You can hold space for your emotions, because your emotions are also powerful. That they are that which sustain your reality. And that's why, the false matrix traumatizes us time and time again, and we live in this perpetual trauma and perpetual fear, afraid to seep into joy and lean into it. Because ultimately, when we sustain a state of joy, then we magnetize more joy into our lives. We magnetize wealth. We magnetize money, wealth in the form of money, in the form of love, in the form of community, in the form of copious amounts of energy, chi, fire, life, drive to do what we came here to do and to fulfill our highest purpose. And to just love, man. A healthy heart space is everything. It's everything. Your emotions allow you to, they're data. If something doesn't feel good, then it's not for you. And if something feels good, you need to remember that you do deserve to feel good. And I think that's the lesson here as well. In this timeline, it is important for you to remember that you deserve to feel good. In fact, feeling good is natural. It's natural. It's natural for you. You better feel good. And if you don't, then that's information. Yeah, so you're balancing your emotional space with your reality. So, Neville Goddard says, what is real is within and what is without is unreal, right? So you're learning that flip. How I feel matters. How I feel matters. How I feel is how I bring in an abundance of wealth, money, love, peace, joy, community, friendship, whatever your indicators of wealth are, this is how you bring that in. This is wealth. What is wealth besides feeling loved, feeling blessed, feeling at home with yourself, and eating life, chopping it up, living good? What is there any other form of wealth and, you know, deep fulfillment in your emotional space that is reflected through your reality, through the external space? Because we get the coins. The coins are the pentacles, and these pentacles also speak to you know, the earthly, the temporal, the material. So you're learning to balance your internal with the material, and they have to be in harmony. It is true, you know what I mean? Like, for deep fulfillment, for enduring joy to be a thing, to be real in your life, you have to balance the two. You have to balance your internal state with your external state, because more often than not, what we'll have is a sort of, you know, yeah, people are living good lives. They appear to be living good lives and living well, and, you know, they've got money and they've got, you know, their material needs are met, but internally they're bereft and there's something missing. And then, but that's not how you create wealth. That's just an illusion of wealth, because you're not feeling it. You're not holding it through that frequency of love, which is what you learn to cultivate through the heart space. But when you build wealth from within, then it is enduring. Then things are balanced. Then, you know, you balance the internal and the external. And then again, in eternal joy, eternal life. That's what you've been promised, sweetheart. That's what you've been promised. You deserve nothing more. Okay, lots of cards, but we're only just looking for 3 more. I did see the Ace of Swords pop up. So this is a truth. This is about truth and clarity. And there's nothing more clear than your emotions. You know what I mean? Like, your emotions are data. They tell you what it is that you want and what it is that you don't want, what it is that you need and what it is that you do not need. Oh, lots of cards coming out. Lots of cards coming out. We just need 3. We just need 3. We just need 3. Don't sleep on your emotions. It's important to feel. Yeah, we have the High Priestess, and we have the High Priestess with the 3 of Cups. So lots of joy here, man. This is about joy. This is about knowing that you deserve joy. The High Priestess is an energy of knowing. It's an energy of clear cognizance. You know what I mean? You're in between realms. You have you sit right in between the light and the dark. That liminal space is something that you learn to hone in on, and you begin to know the truth of the world. You begin to know the truth that resides in yourself. The mysteries are revealed to you, and you move through that intuitive intelligence. That's what the High Priestess is, moving through intuitive intelligence. And your emotions allow for you to move through that intuitive intelligence. When you ignore them and you are not encouraged to follow your emotions, how do you then move through that into your intuition? How do you get to the space then of joy and sharing and community, which is what you want, which is what longevity truly is, being able to express ourselves freely and express joy and live joyfully, knowing that we deserve it, knowing that it's what we came here to do, knowing. So I'm not surprised to see the High Priestess here, because the Ace of Swords was also present. Let's get one more card. Let's get one more card. And the High Priestess is the only major arcana in this reading so far. So making choices based on your intuitive faculties, based on your emotional intelligence. That's why it's called emotional intelligence, because it's data, because it is a mechanism to help you navigate this life, navigate your emotions. You know what I mean? I mean, the High Priestess is one of the most sovereign energies in the deck. You know what I mean? The High Priestess, for me, sits right beside the Emperor in sovereignty. This is about knowing who you are, knowing what you came here to do, knowing that you deserve to feel good, and staying in that knowing and settling into that knowing, unapologetically, fearlessly and fiercely, not apologizing for how you feel, not apologizing for following your compass, not apologizing for, you know, leaning into those, into your emotions. And that is exactly what brings in wealth. That is exactly what allows for your team, your ancestral team, your divine team, your higher self, to collaborate with you. And the high priestess also merges the seen and unseen, right? She's in that liminal space. So that co-creation is also between you, which you can see, touch, feel, and the part of you that you also can't see, touch, feel, but you can sense because it's subtle. Beautiful. Let's get one more card. The energies are very, reticent today, very taciturn. Cards aren't coming out really quickly. They're just like, oh, you're gonna have to, and that's basically what it is. Like, you also need to be very sovereign. You're just like, I'm sorry, I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. I don't have to do anything that doesn't make me feel good. Like, if people want to come at you, if jobs want to come at you, if offers want to come at you, they're not going to have to come at you correct, or else you're walking away. Eight of Cups, you're walking away from what destabilizes you, what decenters you, what doesn't satisfy you. You're walking away from what doesn't make you feel good. That's the whole point of this life thing. If it doesn't make you feel good, walk away. Walk away. You don't need any explanation. You don't need to rationalize anything. It doesn't have to make sense to anyone but you. That's the whole point, being the high priestess. You follow your inner voice. You follow your inner truth. You follow your inner counsel. This is your counsel. The Three of Coins, your counsel, your guides, your ancestors, your higher self, your God, your form of an expression of divinity. If it doesn't feel good, it doesn't have to make sense to anyone. You can walk away. You're allowed to walk away. No matter how much you've invested, no matter if it doesn't feel good and it decenters you and destabilizes you and it doesn't come through with emotional fulfillment, because this is what we want. This is what we want. Not this. This is what we want. Let me tell you something. This is what we want. You want the right to dream in your language, dream in your form of understanding, dream in your poetry, dream in your song. No one else's song, no one else's language. You got the right to do that. And that is exactly how you bring in wealth. Oh, love it, love it, love it. Because the whole theme this week has been sovereignty as well. So sovereignty is about following your inner counsel, following the voice within, following the feelings, following the intuition. Saying yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. You're allowed to exercise your yes and you're allowed to exercise your no. And that's where I leave it. Boom. See you tomorrow.